All right, so heading on to the systems, we're back to our slides. Can you see the slide now, Kim? Is that back up?
Yes. Yes.
Terrific. Okay, so we are using two cookie systems that you have heard me talk about. ABC Smart Cookies is the volunteer-facing system. It's logistics. It's got inventory management, finances, payments, and that's where you, as the Troop Cookie Manager, place your orders for cookies. And then in Digital Cookie, that is the girl-facing system where they email their friends and their family. It's a point of sale, like a cash register. It connects to the girls' website, and that's where girls can view rewards as well. In Digital Cookie, here are some updates and some things that we were excited about. We will absorb the cost of the credit card fees incurred through Digital Cookie. We already talked about PayPal and Venmo and the hand to customer now when you go door to door. And this transaction, their customers' information is optional, but we definitely recommend getting their name at the very least. So if you need to sort things out later, it's more information is more knowledge and more power. The Smart Cookie and Digital Cookie teams, the people that manage both of those systems, spent a whole bunch of the summer working on how those two synchronize and how to be a little technical, the packets of data move back and forth and at what cadence they move back and forth. So you should see a lot more seamless things. And it'll be a lot easier and the customer experience will be much better. Oh, and the Digital Cookie app, because there are updates every year, that needs to be downloaded and reinstalled each year. So please do reinstall Digital Cookie, that app. There is not an app for Smart Cookies. So Smart Cookies, that is the volunteer-facing system. Digital Cookie is a GSUSA system that both bakers use. We are not going to leave here today knowing everything, but you will know how to confidently get started, recognize the tabs, how to see your troop roster, how to look at the initial order, which again is weeks and weeks away. And we are here to support you. So you'll have lots more information coming. There were 2 slides of support at the beginning of our first section. There's also a training tab in Smart Cookies for information, videos, and PowerPoints. And then we are going to post videos as well throughout the season and have live Q&A sessions with you. So the very first thing that happens is the ABC sends a registration email to volunteers. This is what it looks like. Dear volunteer, click here to get started, essentially. And you click there, and then you complete the volunteer registration. So I know that the fields are a little bit small on this screen grab, but it just asks you for your contact info, some of which might be preloaded in there, but just make sure that it's correct, please. And then your profile info. And even down here at the very bottom, you can submit a photo if you'd like to. Sometimes I upload Cookie Monster, or if you have a favorite cookie, if you'd rather not post your face, that's totally up to you. Then you will receive a confirmation when you register. First, the screen, once you press submit, will tell you that you've registered successfully. So Robert here was successful. Way to go, Robert. And then you get the email that you have been entered and your profile is complete. And so this is your information and your email. That's what that looks like. Then when you sign in, it looks something like this. You will put in your email or username and your password. And then if at any time you don't know what your password is, or you can't remember it, or if you're having trouble logging in, you can always use the forgot my password system or mechanism and get in that way. Then we need you to do a couple of things right at the beginning, the most important of which includes your troop information. So that's on the My Troop tab. You'll see all of the different options there, but this is when you want to make changes or user management or your roster for your troop. So this is what you will click on, the troop information, and this will give you the banking information. This piece is the most critical for us. You'll see on the yellow arrows, it'll ask for your bank account number and for the routing number. Now, it happens that these The order in which these come up are not what I would normally think of, because that's not how they appear, like on the bottom of your check, for example. On your check, it's routing first and then bank account. So just understand that those are different than you might be used to. And then you'll see at the bottom, which we highlighted, this box is update information. Please read the buttons. There are some buttons that seem like they might be enter or submit, and they really say cancel. And I ask me how I know that. It's because I have made every mistake possible, including that one, and was very sad. So once you verify your bank account information, then we also want you to check your troop roster. And again, it's not super important if you have extra girls or girls that aren't going to participate in there. We just want to make sure that everybody who is going to participate is in there. So if you have extra girls, they're extra and they won't participate, and it doesn't count against you in any way. So here we have, oh boy, Catherine Smith's been busy. She's got a whole bunch of kiddos. So she has maybe not logged in yet, but she's got kiddos, and this is what the troop roster will look like. Over on the far right, you'll see these little pencils, and that's where you can make some edits. But if you see girls in there that shouldn't be, that's okay, as long as they're not participating. But you'll see here at the bottom, this yellow thing, add new girl. So if you have a girl who just registered yesterday and she is so excited she can hardly hold it in and she's dying to sell cookies, add new girl. Otherwise, at least twice a week, we are going to be uploading data from our membership system to add girls automatically and also add new troops automatically to our system. So you don't have to add every girl as she comes online, but it might be a good idea if she's super excited, can't wait to get started. That is one way that she can participate.
You will need, however, her GSUSA member ID number, which you can find in your troop section of My GS. I think last year's slides had information on how to do that. So that'll probably be in the just-in-time video, either from last year or the one that we will be doing in a couple weeks when it comes to making sure your information's in there.
Thanks, Kim. And then another option here is troop user management. This again is folks, and you can see here on the right, if they're registered and they're in the system, or if they are pending registration, that means they might not be completely uploaded and ready. This year, there are also plus signs and X's and things like that. You don't need to really worry about that, but know that their registration were either pending or we're having a problem or what have you. That'll be there. And then also, if you have folks, you'll notice the bottom ones say registered, 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 but there's a blue check here. The blue check is for you to send them a registration notification if you want to. So you've got options to tell them, hey folks, you haven't registered in Smart Cookies yet, please, or Digital Cookie, please hop in there. And this might be something that changes a little bit. Again, keep an eye on our first couple of videos with the how-tos because the systems have improved somewhat. So then to get familiar with the dashboard, this is what you'll see when you log in. If you enter in your goal, and that's over here on the right, troop package goal, if you enter your goal in there, you can update it throughout the season. If it goes up or down, you can update it. And then that will change the percentage here, this thermometer on the troop achievement bar, because it's what you sold versus what your goal is. So if your goal changes, your placement on the thermometer will change. Then you have, and now we've completed 2 full seasons with Smart Cookies in ABC. So we will have now this season and last season, for example, their per girl average, if you've kept the same troop number and participated in cookies last year. You'll also be able to see your total ordered cookies thus far in the season on the top and the total of last season on the bottom. Similarly, your total cookies sold so far on the top, and then all of last season on the bottom. And then you'll also see your total inventory that the system thinks you have. So this is what you've received from your initial order and your cupboard that are troop extras and what from your cupboard and not yet assigned to a girl. The system only sees what you enter. It doesn't have eyes on your garage when girls are checking out cookies. So until and unless they're entered into the system, that's when Smart Cookies understands that they've moved. Underneath that, there are some important dates there, and those are when things are due. And you can see there, starting on the left, action items. Initial order created, complete. Early recognition order created, need to review. So it gives you things, and you can click on those from there to take those actions if you need to. And then you'll also see further dates down on the right. So lots of availability to plan. Here on this page, it is a long page, so you'll see this is the top half, and then the bottom half has more specifics about your stats. So how many girls are in your troop? How many girls are selling? How many girls are selling online? How much your troop proceeds are so far? Which girl has sold which variety of packages? So you'll see there, cookie share, that's the operation cookie. And then they have the lemons and the caramel delights, and the different cookie varieties are listed there. And then there's a total across the bottom too that'll tell you each different variety. Peanut butter sandwich, peanut butter patty, all of those things. Then another place on My Troop is the goals and online activities. That's another place where you can update your troop package goal. Up there again on the right. And then you also have a troop. Oh, do you have a?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, so that's okay. So that's where you'll also be able to have a troop goal description. So our package goal was when we reach our goal of packages sold, we're going to take a trip to the water park. And you can also send messages to troop girls here, although there may be another way to do that in Digital Cookie. This is an old slide, so we'll get back to you on that. I don't think you can send cheers now that they are in Digital Cookie instead of Smart Cookies.
Yeah, the cheers are now in Digital Cookie, not Smart Cookie, but you can still send, little cheers and stuff like that. Troops can send them to girls, girls can send them to other girls, customers can send them to girls, but girls cannot send them back to a troop.
Gotcha. Thank you. All right. And then for the booth scheduling, these are the places that you want to be aware of. Here under the booth tab, there's scheduled booths, which is where you go to schedule the council secured booths. My reservations tells you what you've reserved so far. And the troop secured booths are the booths that your troop secures that you are entering in to request the council approve them so you can have that. And that is what those pages look like. All right, and then for orders, this is where you place your troop initial order. Again, you can click on that and work on your initial order. It will have the sections by girl, and then it will have sections by variety. So the girl are the girl cookies, and then the other varieties are by variety for the troop extras that you'll be using for walkabouts and booths and that sort of thing. So this is what that looks like on the top of the screen. And then there also can be orders conducted throughout the cookie season. So here, these are, if you need to order cookies to be transferred from your troop to another troop, here's where you get the planned orders. Those are orders that we're asking you to place in advance if you're able to, so that we can make those 360 decisions the best we can. And then damaged orders are orders that will be placed by your cupboards. But that means if you get a box of cookies that's crunched, we want you to have the best looking, nicest, freshest, awesomest cookies for your customers. And that's what customers will pick from booths also. So please do return to exchange any cookies that are damaged and to the cupboard, and they will issue you a brand new one right there. So those will be tracked by an order by the cupboard. Then the virtual cookie share, again, that's if you need to assign cookies towards later in the season or even earlier in the season, but that's how you would place an order for your own virtual cookie share from your troop. Okay, and then this tab, the rewards tab, this is where you create your recognition order and manage your recognition order. So you would only need to create orders twice, create one for your early order and create a second for the total order at the end. And otherwise, you would manage your recognition orders. So as girls hit levels and make choices, you can enter them as you go, or you can wait until the night before it's due and go in and place those orders based on maybe the pictures that you have from the order forms. There are lots of different options there. Again, you can continue to manage the order as you go. Then there is the finances tab. That tab runs all of the troop transactions. You'll see that on, there are two tabs on the top. So under in the bottom, in the black and white box, it says manage financial transactions. So troop transactions are transactions that the council will add for you or that the digital cookie will add for you. Those are transactions of money into the troop. And that also would be something that I would add or Kim would add if a payment comes through the store for your troop. So those are troop transactions. Then otherwise it would be a girl transaction, and that's on the second tab in this gray area. That's where you would add girl transactions. So Sally's mom gave us $100 or whatever, however it is that you track that, that would give you those amounts that she paid. And then subtracting that, what's been allocated to her minus what she's paid is her amount due. Then reports. There are all kinds of reports. And on the left, you'll see that there are different categories of reports. And then on the right are the names of all the reports. You get all the reports. If you don't click on any category, you get all the reports. And then they sort in there by category if you click on a category. The yellow place that I've squared off is you can do this year's reports. And because we've sold cookies last year, you can do last year's reports in archived. So archived, I think, has 3 or 4 years of cookie data to the extent that we were with ABC. So they might have last year's and the year before, and that would be it this time. Then the next area is cookies. And in cookies, they have the cookie lineup. This is information about each different cookie, and you can click on it, and that will give you information. And then they have safety and training. This includes the Smart Cookies training, so it'll give you every slide about how to use it, how to use each section, each tab. That's really great. And then there are also lots of great safety tips and tools here. The training tab has, here are all the different videos. Here's how the girl registers. Here's how to navigate the dashboard. Here's Smart Cookies training. All the different things they have videos for, and they've updated them recently. They're really great. And then also in the resources tab, there's digital art. So if you want to just grab something for social media, all the panda graphics are there. If you want to make a little, sheet for your troop or something, all that stuff is right there for you. There's also troop forms, checklists, worksheets, all kinds of resources there for you. And then again, logos, social media posts, forums, the allergen flyer is there under resources, as well as a cookie calculator and a rally guide with activities. And then help. Here's their 24-hour help. And the cookie tech is if you have questions about the Smart Cookies platform. And then the second one is if you have questions about the cookies themselves. So there are very solid FAQs there for the cookies themselves. But if you have a specific question and you need to learn about, something specific about a Thin Mint, that if it's not on the FAQ, you can contact ABC Smart Cookie Bakers, and they will answer your question for you. Okay, so we said we would give a little bit of specifics about the troop's initial order. So here are those specifics. So what you will do is log on to Smart Cookies. After your successful login, you will hover over the Orders tab, and you will select Troop Initial Order. Then you will build your initial order by troop and by cookie variety on the top half of the order screen. So that's the total number of each variety in the correct unit of measure. So it may have cases on one column and then boxes on another column for each variety. Then once you've entered in all of the cookies that the girls need, on the second half of the screen, that's the bottom half, and you scroll down, that's where you add your booth extras. This is additional packages under the booth option. So you'll order each variety in the designated unit of measure again. So, 4 cases and 8 packages or whatever it is to get to the total that you want. Then once your numbers for the girls at the top and the extras at the bottom, then your troop's order as a whole, so the aggregate of all the cookies that your troop needs, will be automatically rounded to a full case for each variety, not for each girl or for each booth, but in aggregate, your total order. So you will only get, when you go to pick up cookies at your service unit, you will only pick up full cases. And then once you've clicked submit, then you select, right, the very next screen is select a day and time or a delivery time for your initial order. So if there are multiple locations available, you choose that. Mostly only one location will be available because we tend to assign individual troops to their service unit. Several service units use AirVan, so AirVan would be their option, but just pay attention to that so you know where you'll be picking up your cookies. And then at the bottom of the screen, click Save. So that's where I made my biggest mistake, and I wanted to cry because it had Save and Cancel. And so I clicked a button and it wasn't Save. So do click Save. The appointment details and a map will display on a screen, and then delivery details can be edited by the troop before the initial order deadline. So again, everything is locked after the January 27th at 11:59 p.m., but before then you can make some changes. So here's how that works. So we talked about logging into ABC Smart Cookies, hovering over orders. So this white box comes down and you click on Troop Initial Order where we have that yellow box. Then it'll show you this initial order when you begin it. When you start it, it'll say initial order. It'll have your troop number and an order number. And then as you scroll down the screen, it will have cookies by variety by girl. So it'll have Lisa and Sally and all the people, and it'll have all of their total packages there for them. And then see here at the bottom, save and delete order. So yes, please do save. And then as you scroll down more, here's where you're able to get your booth extras and then save your order. So the top half of the bottom half of the page, this is where you have your booth extras. And then the bottom half of the top of the bottom half of the page is here where you the system automatically adds a couple. So these numbers on that bottom segment will be between 1 and 11. If they need to add more. If they need to add 12, then you really already have a full case, right? So those numbers will be between 1 and 11 to add to your thing. And then it will have a total number of money owed, etc. And here at the bottom, again, you'll want to make sure you click save and not the other things. Then this very next screen is choose a location. Again, under almost 100% of the circumstances, you'll only have one section, and then you'll have a date. The dates are put in there by the service units based on when they're going to get the cookies and when they'll be available. And then you'll have down here the appointment details. And again, you can edit it to a degree until you're locked out. All right, so that was a quick walkthrough of the Smart Cookies tabs and how to place your initial order. And again, thank you for everyone who was able to stay, for your thoughts, your ideas, and again, for all you do for the cookie program. I am ready now for Smart Cookies questions. And I will do my very best to answer them. And if not, I will have to get back to you, but I will get back to you. You're welcome to come off mute or add them to the chat if you'd like to. And or you can log off and be with your families this evening because we're all done with slides. And I will stop the recording.